Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another video from the Thug Pub. My name is Dave, and you guys are watching my Type 95 Heavy Tank review. Thank you guys again for tuning in to the Thug Pub. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Now let's get on with it. So, for those of you that want to know my opinion on this tank right away, it's positive. I really like this tank. In my opinion, and I'm going to say this again, in my opinion, it's a really cool tank. It has cons, and it's got lots of them, but in my opinion, again, the pros outweigh the cons. So what I mean is the pros, they're heavier in a way. If you put the cons in the pros on a scale, the pros are going to be a bit heavier in a good way. So here I get into a tier 4 game, which is, I mean, it's kind of rare nowadays, but some of you might not agree, but here, if we pause it here on this scene, you guys will notice that I'm in the field, and if I was surrounded by enemies, or even if there were 1 or 2 enemy tanks, I would have nowhere to hide. Literally nowhere to hide. So that's where I get to one of the cons. The con is it's kind of slow, and its armor. Its armor is kind of a con, in a way. I'm gonna say that because some of you might disagree, but that's alright, because this tank might seem to have decent armor, and it might be a heavy tank, but if you angle, it's decent. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a moment. Watch this here. I completely derp quite a bit this game. So he shoots me, he damages, I don't know where he hits me, but then I aim, and then I fire again, and then I miss again. So the first time I hit, second time I don't. Whatever, happens. I play very hesitantly this game. It's like I'm nervous. Here I receive some bounces. I never find out who they're from. Nevertheless, moving on. I play very nervously in this game, and I shouldn't play. I should play a bit more aggressively in a tank like this, and like the LTP and the T46 and the T49 here, I shouldn't be really afraid of them. I mean, maybe the T49, but not really the LTP or the T46, depending on the gun the T46 has, of course. But whatever. What I was saying is this tank does well when it has, you know, coverage options. So if you're in a town, this tank will do quite well. If you're in a place like this, where there's my first kill, by the way, and if you don't have a lot of cover, this tank is slow, which is one of the cons. It's slow. Another con is armor. Another con is what? It's lack of maneuverability, so it's not very maneuverable. And again, the aiming time, you might notice it's kind of a drawback, but whatever. And there, you guys, I'm gonna cut off for a moment again. Sorry for all the interruptions, but you see that Hetzer on the 4th kill. You guys, 3 minutes haven't passed. 3 minutes haven't passed, and he's scored 4 kills in this game. So, you know, he's bossing, and he's kind of like taking all the kills that I want to get. But that's all right. It's a competitive game. Moving along again, I'm gonna kind of share with you guys the stats of the tank in World of Tanks, and then I'm going to read a bit of the history, you know, laying behind the tank. Alright, what else? Okay, so I'm going to speak about the history, kind of, the specs, my opinions, and then during that time I'm going to interrupt with, like, commentary about the game, because the game is, I mean, it might not be as interesting, but it proves this tank is very, very capable. Very capable. But then again, it always depends on the driver. Sorry about that. If you guys heard that, that was my phone buzzing. So here I scored my 2nd kill on that BT7, and I bounced. So I was saying the armor's not bad, but that's debatable, because you see that I'm getting bounces here and there, left and right. So whatever. The pro of this tank is obviously its gun. It's got a very, 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 very beefy gun. I'm talking, it's very similar to the M3 Lee's in a way that it's also a 70mm, but I believe the M3 Lee has a 75mm. They both do sort of similar damage, and they both have sort of similar penetration. So they're both in the 100 range. There we go. I believe that was like co damage, so that wasn't just me with the 170 damage, and that's where that leads us into the damage of this tank's gun. So the stock gun does a measly 100 average damage. Just kidding, that's not measly at all. But the drawback of the first gun you get is its penetration. It's got 30 millimeters of penetration, and that's very, very weak sauce penetration at tier 4. But the next gun you get is it's also a 70 millimeter. It does 10 more average damage, so from 100 to 110, and it has 70 millimeters of penetration. Here I bounce on the Valentine, I fire again, I don't miss, I don't bounce. Saw that 100 damage, boom, 118. So this, and then on the Panzer earlier we did 170 damage. So that was the Lux firing at me, and you guys might want to pay attention to the Lux in the game because they're quite vicious. They're very vicious, and they're in a platoon, and they're in a very good platoon. Together they have 6 of their team's 10 kills. So moving along again, the turret, it's got decent armor. The whole decent armor, 30 at the front, it's got 30 at the sides, and 25 at the rear. The turret armor is 30 at the front, 25 at the sides and rear. The engines is another drawback, as I said. It's very slow, it's new powered. Its top KPH or KMH is only 22, so it's very scrubbish, peasantly. It's horrible. It's just it's trash. It's garbage. But I mean, I really enjoy playing this tank. If it was a bit more mobile, it would be way more fun. So here, I derping out because I could have gotten at least 2, maybe even 3 shots in his guy. But that shot I led well, 109 damage. Takes out that Hetzer on the Top Gun. So yeah, he got the Top Gun that game. Pretty cool game for him. Unfortunately, it was a well, I'm not gonna spoil it. The radios doesn't matter. Obviously all the consumables. I'm gonna read the description that's on the wiki about the Type 95 Heavy. The Type 95 Heavy tank was based on the Type 91, so the Tier 3. Those of you, okay, I'm gonna pause for a moment again. This is kind of odd. See, I noticed the Lux go behind this hill, and he didn't pop out. So I kind of got the memo that he was gonna come out the other side. Kind of a clever fella, but you know, I caught onto it. Of course, it was a bit late, and that cost me my game. So well played on the Lux side, and he manages to pull out quite a bit of kills. This LTP, I don't know what he's doing. He's also derping, and then the Samua, he's a bit of a derp, but that's all right because he couldn't have done anything in this game anyways if you think about it. So there, the Lux just obliterates the LTP, gets the 7th kill, and you guys are probably guessing it already is gonna get the 8th. So the Type 95 Heavy Tank's official Wikipedia history is a final result of the Japanese multi-turreted tank design, and it was in commission during the time periods of World War I and World War II. It was modeled on German and Italian tank designs, and this tank featured 2 turrets, the main armament being a 70mm cannon, and its secondary turret mounting a 37mm gun and 2 6.5mm machine guns. Only 1 prototype was ever produced. That's pretty much everything you'll ever need to know about this tank. You guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate those of you that watch, those of you that comment, those of you that like. Kudos to you, and I hope you the best of luck. Here I'm typing in the comments that I knew what was going on, and so here the video is kind of over at this point. There's going to be it was a decent game. The Lux platoon, kudos to them. They're on top of their game. That's what I know for sure. And for the stats, it was an average game. You'll notice that the Hetzer did top damage on our team, but the Lux together they did over 2,000 damage, and he got Top Gun, and so did the Hetzer. Some stats here you guys don't really need to know, and that'll be pretty much, I think that'll be all from me. You guys, again, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you liked this video, dislike it if you disliked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.